This is your Barbados Today Evening News Update for Tuesday, October 9. Thanks for joining us. I'm Fernella Wedderburn. A schoolboy was injured in a stabbing incident at Tudor Street in the city this evening. Police say the incident occurred about 4:45 p.m. He was rushed to the Queen Elizabeth Hospital for medical attention. Police are continuing investigations. Critical changes could soon be made to the country's laws. Today, as the lower chamber of the House met, Attorney General Dale Marshall tabled the Law Revision and Law Reform Bill 2018, which seeks to establish a law review commission to help modernize those laws. He lamented that a large number of Barbados's laws were out of date and inefficient, and government would move to hire a law revision commissioner to bring the country up to date. Marshall stressed that it was an important move for the country.
Law revision, therefore, allows, Mr. Speaker, for a process where our statutes are constantly kept under review, and it is a process where you are principally concerned with the accuracy and the clarity of the law. As I said, some of the mistakes that may be made in drafting may only be discovered when brilliant lawyers like yourself start to argue the fine details of a particular section of an act before the court, and then you might discover clearly this was a mistake. Law revision, therefore, allows us to deal with those inconsistencies in language, omissions which render the law unclear, those kinds of things.
The Cayville campus of the University of the West Indies has been feeling the pinch of the economic downturn affecting Barbados and the rest of the region. In fact, according to Principal and Pro-Vice Chancellor, Professor Udin Barito, planned development at Cayville has been set back due to cutbacks the institution was forced to make. She told a forum examining the global financial crisis 10 years later, implications for Barbados and the wider Caribbean, that UWI knows only too well the pain of sacrifice and it's hoping for a break.
We are well aware that getting to that promised land of economic recovery will call for sacrifice. Some say significant sacrifice. In Cayville's case, we have already been on that altar. Or perhaps we are still crossing the desert looking forward to our promised land. The past decade has been a decade of austerity for the Cayville campus. While we have maintained the quality of our degree programs and research output as evidence in satisfying all professional and institutional accreditation requirements, we have not been able to undertake the necessary capital work upgrades. We have not been able to initiate the required infrastructural renewal in critical areas befitting a global 21st century university.
Professor Barito also revealed that UWI will be affected by the government's debt restructuring. But she made it clear, while UWI is prepared to work with the Mia Motley administration in this regard, it will be seeking to hold talks on the matter.
We know, Dr. Greenwich, that the government has proposed forgiving itself of a significant portion of the debt that it owes to the UWI. While we have indicated our acceptance of the government's debt restructuring offer, we have also indicated we will engage in further discussions on this matter.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Barbados Today, news you can trust.
To regional news now, the Guyana Prison Service is offering rewards to prison wardens in a bid to keep the prison system clear of smuggled items. We get the details in this Capital News report.
Even as more illegal items keep finding their way into the prison system, the Guyana Prison Service is now giving incentives to its prison wardens to help curb the illegal trade. Director of Prisons Gladwin Samuels, in a release, said officers are being encouraged to help in this fight, and for all those officers who come forward with details that can result in the detection and prosecution of offenders, they will be given cash incentives between $15,000 to $25,000. According to Samuels, time and time again, the prison service has seen acts that can only be as a result of collusion. The director said the Ministry of Public Security and the Guyana Prison Service would like to see the officers speak out on corruption at all levels.
And further afield in the United States, President Donald Trump today announced that U.S. Ambassador to the United Nations, Nikki Haley, has resigned and will leave her post by the end of the year. Sitting side by side in the Oval Office, Trump praised Haley as a fantastic person who did an incredible job.
Nikki Haley, the U.S. ambassador to the United Nations, resigned on Tuesday. President Trump accepting her resignation at the White House.
She told me probably 6 months ago, she said, you know, maybe at the end of the year, at the end of a 2-year period, but at the end of the year, I want to take a little time off. I want to take a little break. We're all happy for you in one way, but we hate to lose. Hopefully you'll be coming back at some point, but you want to just, in maybe a different capacity. You can have your pick. But I just want to let you know, so at the end of the year, Nikki will be leaving.
Haley, a former governor of South Carolina, had been both a trusted advisor and sometimes a critic of Trump, the resignation taking many by surprise. Her departure leaves the Trump administration with one less moderate Republican on the president's foreign policy team.
And that report from Reuters Television brings us to the end of our news update. But for the very latest, visit our website at www.barbadostoday.bb. You can also subscribe to our e-paper email updates and like us on Facebook and sign up for our breaking news alerts via WhatsApp. We're also on Izumi Media and bus terminals as well as screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you. And you can also hear us on Mix 96.9 FM. I'm Fernella Wedderburn. Good evening.